Hello everyone, what is up? It is your girl Safai, Kelly here with you today. Welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you're ever seeing my little face right here, I want to thank you so much for joining. The video that we're doing today, what you're about to see, no one really asked me for this. Two things. I was organizing some of my makeup and putting things back, and what I was putting back were my bronzers, and then I was also thinking about doing a summer look. When I think summer look, I think bronzy and glowing, but I really want to focus on the bronzing aspect because I'm gonna be honest, I struggled, alright? Like, I struggled for a period of time of where I couldn't find like a bronzer. Like, I didn't know what bronzer to use, what brands to look into, to find that perfect bronzer shade for me. So I have collected some of my favorite bronzers that I have tried and used and come to love, and I wanted to share that with you guys today. So we're going to be doing some swatches, we're going to do application, and I hope you guys are ready. Let's get started. So I don't have anything on my face right now. I only have brows on because who am I without the brows? So brows are on. I didn't really think this through. I don't know how we're gonna really start this off. I guess I'm just gonna do swatches on my face. There are two cream products and then the rest of them are powder. So I think I'm gonna start off with the cream first, and I'm gonna start off with the very first one I ever used, and this is from Fenty Beauty, and it is the Match Stick in the shade Espresso. Now, I don't usually use this one to bronze per se. Like, I like to do cream contour and then I will bronze when I've powdered everything. That is just my way of doing it. There's no like set of rules in makeup, like you have to contour, you have to bronze, and it has to be in cream or it has to be in powder. Like, there's nothing set in stone. Like, you can really play around with it, and that is what I've come to love: a cream contour and then powder bronzer. That is what I usually do. This is what I use more as a cream contour, but the shade is warm enough that you could use it to bronze and not do anything after you powder your face down. And coincidentally, the next cream product I'm using is also from Fenty Beauty, and this is their Cheeks Out bronzer in the shade Chocolate. So chocolate is going to be a little less warm, so this is something that I also use as a cream contour, although it is labeled as a bronzer. It is definitely a lot creamier than the Matchstick for sure, and there is definitely a color difference, so I'm going to swatch it right next to. So this is what those look like. Okay, moving on to the powder products. All right, so the first powder bronzer that I fell in love with is actually from Benefit. Benefit is known for their Hula bronzer, and they only had two shades, and those two shades were not very diverse and inclusive. And then they had a shade extension, and when that shade extension happened, boy, I definitely fell in love with their Hula Toasted bronzer, as you can see here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a swatch for you guys to see what that bronzer looks like. Like, I was living in this every single day. I was like, this is the only bronzer I'll ever use for the rest of my life. I really do love this one. This is kind of like going in order of like my makeup discoveries, because the next bronzer is from Jouer Cosmetics, and they launched a duo bronzing kit, and this is deep to dark, and the lighter shade that you see is called Sun Glow, and the deeper shade is called Sun Glaze. I love the fact that there are two shades in here, so if I really want to go in heavy with my bronzer, I can take the deeper shade and get that impact right away. Or if I want something more subtle, lighter, maybe I'm having like a natural makeup day, I can totally go in with the lighter one. So I like that I have that option just in this compact alone. Sun Glow is the lighter shade. Now I am going to do Sun Glaze. Sun Glaze right next to it. So you can see, you can definitely see instantly how much more depth that Sun Glaze has versus Sun Glow. The next bronzer that I discovered and came to love, and it is nothing to say that it was like a new launch, I just never knew it existed, and this is from Milani Cosmetics. It is their Silky Matte bronzing powder, and this is in the shade Sun Drenched. First and foremost, everybody, this stuff smells so good, but it's not like an overwhelming smell. It's like It reminds me of like a tropical beach, you know, subtle hints of like coconut. It even like kind of reminds me of sunscreen a little bit. I just wanted to make sure there was no sunscreen in here. But it just smells so good and inviting, and it's not overpowering whatsoever. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a swatch. I'm gonna place this right here. So what I like about Sun Drenched is that it's like in between a contour and a bronzer shade. It is not too cool toned and it's not too warm. It's that perfect mix. So a lot of the times I just literally go in with Sun Drenched and I'm good. Like, it's the perfect balanced one-stop shop. I love this one, and it smells really good too. Like, you open it up and like, oh, I'm on a beach sipping on a pina colada. Very nice. The next one I'm going to be taking is also in a palette, and this is from Alamar Cosmetics, and this is their Brighten and Bronze Complexion Trio. So Cinnamon Sugar is in the middle, and Cinnamon Sugar is nice as a light bronzer, and then if you want to add some depth, it's really great that you have Oye Morena, which is deeper. So I'm gonna do a swatch of Cinnamon Sugar right here. I feel like Cinnamon Sugar is perfectly in that warm zone. Like, this is your bronzer, and then Oye Morena, we're gonna put right here. Oye Morena is definitely to add some depth. Now, I don't typically use Oye Morena as a contour because I feel like it's too warm toned to be a contour for me. Like, it looks too warm on the face, but to deepen as a bronzer, it is beautiful. Next, we are talking about Beauty Bakerie. So they came out with the Brownie Bar face palette, and it does have a highlighter, bronzer, and contour. Let me go ahead and swatch this and see what she's about. I think it might be the lightest one out of all of them. And definitely, this is definitely warm. Like, there ain't no doubt about it. This one has all the warmth. Put this one right here. That would definitely be the perfect contour shade. But your girl's been using it sort of like a bronzer sometimes. So this last one, you guys, I literally discovered this last one last week. This is from the brand Physicians Formula, and this is their Butter Bronzer. This guy right here. I will say that this one smells, oh, hello. This stuff smells like a coconut in a bronzer. Like, this is literally, coconut is probably the first ingredient. Like, that's all. It smells delightful. It is definitely stronger than the Milani one. It's definitely stronger. So if that is something you are not into scented things, then you might not like this one. But I love that it has like this little wave pattern to it. I think that's really fun. It looks like it's very lightweight and sheer. Go ahead and give it a nice swatch. It definitely, I will say, out of all the ones that I've swatched, when I swatched this one, it went on like butter. Like, it was really, really smooth. Alright, so this one from Beauty Bakerie is no longer the lightest. It is definitely still the warmest one. This one is the lightest, and I would definitely recommend this one for your lighter makeup days, your like no makeup days. I would recommend this one. It is like a dream. All right, so I've swatched everything on my face. As you can see, we went through everything. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna go ahead and do like my foundation and concealer, and then I'll come back for the cream contouring portion, and then we get into bronzing. It is that time. All right, peeps, we are back, and I just did my foundation and my concealer. I have not set anything yet. Nothing has been set. So we are gonna go in and do this cream contour that I like to do. So let's go ahead and get into that. I kind of want to show you guys what both looks like. So I think I'm gonna, let me do that for you. Let me show you what both of them looks like. I'm gonna take the Cheeks Out bronzer. I'm using it as a contour. Cheeks Out bronzer in the shade Chocolate. I'm gonna do this side. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this side so you guys can see. This is the size brush that I like to use in this area because I feel like it's not too big, it's not too small, and it gets the job done. So we're gonna go ahead and start contouring. So this is what we are looking like. Do you see, like, it's starting to add that shadow in my contour area, if you can see, and it's not too warm, which is why I really like this one, and I use it as a contour. I'm gonna take the match stick from Fenty Beauty in the shade Espresso, and I'm gonna show you guys on this side what this shade looks like. So this shade is gonna be a little bit more intense because it is deeper and more pigmented, you could say. These braids are gonna drive me crazy. They don't stay in place. So we're gonna do, and it is also warmer than the chocolate shade. You guys can already see it is more intense. Look at that. This looks like that summer bronze, you know? All right, the face is looking really nice right now. So we are at that point where it is time to bronze. And I feel like it would only be right if I did test a few of the bronzers, like, you know, actually do the application with a few different shades so you guys can see the way that they perform and what color payoff you're getting. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna start off with my first favorite, and this is my first favorite because this is the first one I used that I really fell in love with, and this is from Benefit. This is the Hoola Toasted Bronzer. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this on my cheekbones, not my cheekbones, right in the hollow right here. So you can definitely see that this is adding some warmth while also creating a little bit of depth, which is why I cream contour and then bronze and powder, because I get this effect and I think it's the perfect balance. Therefore, I don't really see it necessary to go ahead and do a powder contour on top of this. I just feel like it'd be too much. I think it's very clear to see why this is one of my favorites, because it just is that perfect balance. You have the warmth, it adds a little bit of depth, and it just looks really beautiful and flawless on the skin. Now we're going to go in with this, can't speak. Now I'm going to go in with the Jouer Cosmetics, and this is their Duo palette. I am going to be taking the deeper shade, and this is Sun Graze. I'm going to take this onto my forehead so you guys can see what is happening. You can already see that it is creating more warmth than it is so depth-wise, which is one thing I do like about bronzing, is it creating and bringing that warmth into the face. So this is what Sun Graze looks like, and Sun Graze does look just a touch deeper than the Toasted from Hoola. I'm not sure if you can tell. But also foreheads are naturally darker than the rest of your face, so that could be playing a part. Next one we are doing is gonna be from Milani, and this is the Sun Drenched Silky Matte Bronzer. This has quickly become one of my favorites as well, and the scent might have something to do with it. It is just so inviting and welcoming. I'm gonna go ahead and put this right in here, and you can see that it is creating, again, all of these bronzers are doing similar things. It is creating that warmth and depth. The warm depth that it is creating is what I love the most. Now I'm diving into the Alamar Brighten and Bronze Complexion Trio palette, and this is for the deep shades. Now I'm gonna take Oye Morena right here, the deepest one, and I'm gonna show you guys what this does on the face, and put this on my forehead on the opposite side so we can see what happens. So you can right off the bat see that this one is adding depth, but it is also a lot warmer than the other shades. You guys can see that it is a lot warmer, definitely. This gives you that extra been in the sun for a few hours kind of bronzed look, you know, love that. Last but not least, I am taking the Physicians Formula Butter Bronze, and I never told you what shade this is. It's called Endless Summer. Perfect, because this is exactly what this entire video is about, bronzing and summer vibes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this to go into my nose region right here. Anywhere that I contour with the cream is where I'm gonna go with the powder and just kind of reinforce what I placed down. Everything looks really good. Oh my gosh. Does it bother anyone that I'm not wearing eyeshadow or highlight or blush or lipstick? I'm not wearing, or lashes or mascara or eyeliner. I'm not wearing any of those things. It doesn't really bother me though, because I feel like this just looks so natural and just like, honestly, it doesn't really bother me. I'm not even sure. Would you have noticed I wasn't wearing these things if I didn't point them out? Would you? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it doesn't bother me. I really kind of like this look. Y'all, this entire bronzing look is definitely a mood. And you know what? I think it says something that I used different products of different shades and intensities on my face. They're all on at the same time and I don't look crazy. So it definitely speaks volumes to how these products perform and the shades. I'm wearing 7 different products on my face right now and it doesn't even look crazy. And these are all like different bronzers that I'm using, a few contour shades. Look, guys, I look like I've been a beach babe chilling in the sun and now I'm the perfect toasted Nutella chocolatey beautiful babe I am. Like, I'm living for this look. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know no one really asked for this video, but I thought it could be really helpful because we are in the time of summer and you know, like everyone wants to be bronzy, or just because it is hard sometimes to find the perfect bronzing shade for deep skin. So I'm really happy that I was able to share this with you guys today. If you liked today's video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Feel free to drop some comments down below. Let me know what bronzer you currently use and why you love it. Sharing is definitely caring. And for those of you who are not yet my friend, I shared so much with you already. Be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button and a friendly reminder to go ahead and click that bell button so you're notified every time I upload a new video. You guys don't want to miss it. You guys can catch me on all other social media platforms. They'll all be linked down below in my description box. But that is it for now. I want to thank you guys once again so much for tuning in, and I'll see you beautiful and amazing people in my next video. Bye, you guys.